I think I would really kick Floyd in the street fight. Wouldn't even be no match.
Any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it.
Mike Tyson can't stand Floyd Mayweather. He hates that.
In a recent interview, Mike Tyson expressed a desire to fight Floyd Mayweather, stating, "I want to fight Floyd." He emphasized that Mayweather is the opponent he wants to face the most. This statement has sparked significant interest in the boxing.
You don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
Let me tell you something about Floyd. This is what I don't like about him either. No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym. He's a rat. He retired, but he stayed in the gym. He can't help it. He don't do drugs. That's his heroin, the gym.
Someone told me this. They say he doesn't have a vice. Yeah. He doesn't have a vice.
No, he does. The gym.
The gym.
The gym.
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it. Why?
Huh?
You want to knock him out?
Well, I would love him before, and I wish he was my weight.
All right, interesting answer.
Community, given the contrasting styles and weight classes of the two fighters. In a revealing interview, Mike Tyson was asked about the potential matchup between himself and Floyd Mayweather, and whether he sees reflections of his prime self. In Mayweather's style, Tyson responded candidly, stating that he doesn't believe Mayweather is as formidable, and that he doesn't instill the same fear in opponents as Tyson once did. This perspective sheds light on Tyson's view of Mayweather's impact.
Oh my God!
I got a question for you. One question. I am Mike Tyson in his prime versus Money Floyd Mayweather in his prime. Who would win?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I'm probably 50 pounds heavier than Floyd, so I don't think we ever fight. No, we can never fight. We're two.
Because we can only see that in a video game. So I wanted, I wanted to know, what's your thoughts? And also, when you see Floyd now, do he remind you of him? Do he remind you of yourself when you was rocking?
Yeah, to a certain degree, not totally, because he's not menacing. He's not a threat to the fact that he can hurt somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's not that guy. You know what I mean? He's not going to hurt somebody. He's not going to go into the store and drag somebody out the store or do something ridiculous.
That you might have done.
Yeah, he's not going to do anything ridiculous like that. He's going to have somebody probably, but only because in a situation like that, when everybody loves you, you appear that everybody loves you, you don't know who really doesn't love you. You know, you're never gonna have a chance to be at peace with yourself and to know who you really are, because there's too many people talking to you. Yes, from the outside to everybody, yes, doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good what's going on with him right now. You know, we could all be wrong, but from what we're seeing from the outside, things.
In the boxing world, Floyd Mayweather has often asserted that when discussing boxing legends, names like Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson should be set aside in favor of his own. In response, Tyson labeled Mayweather as very delusional, emphasizing that true greatness involves more than just in-ring performance. Tyson pointed out that Mayweather's reliance on security, even for routine tasks like taking his children to school, contrast with the independence and public presence that characterize legendary figures.
Is Ali the same fighter that got beat by a fighter with 7 fights? Every time boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
What do you think about Floyd talking about greater than
Ali? He's very delusional. If he was anywhere near that realm of greater than Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself.
There you go.
Okay, he can't take his kid to school by himself. And he talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He can't take his kids alone to school by himself. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
Thanks, sir. Thanks.
Mayweather's tendency to compare himself favorably against both past and present fighters has been interpreted by some as a sign of self-absorption. This self-promotion, while highlighting his confidence, also opens discussions about humility and respect in the sport. The boxing community remains divided on whether such self-references enhance or detract from his legacy.
I ask you about Mike Tyson because he was on this show just last week, and at the moment he's currently being profiled, as you'll know, on the channel Being Mike Tyson. That airs tonight as well. But on the show last week, he was talking about the fact that you're probably the last of these box office stars. You know, young guys are looking to the UFC fighters as opposed to traditional boxers, but you're probably the last of those box office stars. What do you say to that?
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes. Boxing will live on. You know, it's the Mayweather era. Not just myself, but the Mayweather brand. You know, I have my own style and what I made cool about boxing is not taking.
Mayweather has proclaimed that the current boxing era is not just his time, but represents the Mayweather brand. This branding underscores his influence on the sport's business aspects, reflecting his strategic approach to both in-ring competition and financial success. His emphasis on branding illustrates a shift in how modern athletes manage their
Tyson, because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes. Boxing will live on. You know, it's the Mayweather era. Not just myself, but the Mayweather brand. You know, I have my own style and what I made cool about boxing is not taking punishment.
Careers and public images commentator Joe Rogan has weighed in on the debate about boxing's greatest figures, suggesting that greatness is often contextual, depending on the competition and circumstances of each era. Rogan's insights highlight the
Floyd's undefeated too, but he's not the greatest boxer of all time, right?
It's arguable he is. He's been hit hard maybe 4 times his whole career. Right. You stop and think about how many fights he fought against elite guys. Not just great defense, like the best defense of all time.
Yeah. Somebody like Sugar Ray Robinson.
I think Sugar Ray Robinson had somewhere in the neighborhood of 90+ victories before his first defeat, though. But I think Mike Tyson in his prime, when he knocked out Larry Holmes, when he starched Marvis Frazier, like when he was just smashing everybody, I think he had reached this level that you can only maintain for a certain amount of years. I think if Muhammad Ali had been in the same era as Mike Tyson, he would have been better because Mike Tyson was around. You get better depending upon who's around.
Evolving nature of the sport and the challenges in comparing athletes across different periods. This perspective encourages fans to appreciate boxers within the context of their own times. The long-standing tension between Tyson and Mayweather was further illuminated by rapper 50 Cent, who recounted that Tyson expressed intense frustration during Mayweather's fights to the point of damaging his television set.
This is some real shit. Mike Tyson called me. Floyd was getting ready to go to jail. We at the M Casino. Mike Tyson said, "Come here, let me talk to you for a second." 50, he pulled me outside the door. The nigga pushed the door, then the door opened, he came outside, he said, "Yo, I used to hate that nigga." The nigga voice changed. It got deep. You know how Mike Tyson is like, yeah. He all the way up here, Tim. He all the way up here. This nigga said, yo, I used to hate that nigga. I can't fuck with you! I said, oh shit. Look, I'm like this, look. So I'm sitting there going, I got to fight this nigga, right? I'm thinking I might have to fight this nigga. He said, look at this shit, 50. I'm in a fucking Cadillac, right? He pointed to a fucking Cadillac, it was, the shit was fly, it was a Cadillac truck. Yeah. But to Mike, the shit was some bullshit because it was a Cadillac, right? He going, look at me, 50, I'm in a fucking Cadillac. He said, yo, I broke my TV every time that nigga fought.
This anecdote underscores the depth of Tyson's sentiments toward Mayweather and hints at underlying issues between the two boxing icons. 50 Cent also alleged that Mayweather financially supported a woman who had filed a lawsuit against Tyson in the late 1990s. According to 50 Cent, this involvement was motivated by Mayweather's financial capacity and possibly aimed at exacerbating Tyson's legal challenges. These claims, if true, add complexity to the already strained relationship between the two fighters. If a fight were to happen between Floyd Mayweather,
Mike Tyson can't stand Floyd Mayweather. He hate that. Now look at this, look. Floyd, the illest. I love him like a brother. So, the nigga's talented. He is our champion.
Yeah.
For this time period. Like, you watch him, praises him, all that, but he's our champion. You know what I'm saying? So, look, they're going to do a lot of things, but they're not going to beat.
Nah,
They're not gonna be
no.
until he too old. When he got to fight, when they finish the money and he got to take a fight, and he's too old, so he take a fight and then see it and he throw the punch. They're late. And hit him. Start seeing 3 one time. You know what I'm saying? It start getting crazy. But look, the real Mike told me, look, the first time this had a rape charge. Look, this the first time Mike Tyson was charged, well, he had somebody that was claiming he raped him.
Yeah.
Floyd was paying for that bitch lawyer.
What?
At that. He was paying for a girl to say Mike Tyson raped him.
Stop, man.
See, while you see him at this present moment, the one that would be the one that be all about the money. It's the money. It hurt him to watch Mike when he was all about the money. And he had the money.
And Mike Tyson today. Tyson, despite being 58 years old, would still be a dangerous opponent. His incredible physical condition continues to impress fans and experts alike. Renowned commentator Joe Rogan has praised Tyson's fitness, emphasizing that his strength, speed, and power remain remarkable for his age. Rogan believes Tyson's relentless dedication to training has allowed him to retain much of his former explosiveness, making him one of the most physically dominant retired athletes, even. Now Tyson's presence in the ring commands respect, proving that his legendary abilities endure.